And so you have all these people in the EU, people in Australia, people all over the world saying, oh, we try to get a deal with Xi Jinping. And the only man who's actually not saying that is Donald Trump. But Donald Trump also doesn't have the character to realize that he can be easily taken for a ride by Xi Jinping. He has no real sense of freedom. So that's why I feel that he studied the whole world, Xi Jinping. He's a great master of psychology. He not only has controlled his entire population, got himself elected to the top of 1.4 billion people, which is with the richest nation in the world, effectively, with the biggest army in the world. That's no mean task. Okay, so just keep in mind, we are facing somebody who's I think 100 times superior to Hitler in caliber, and his motivations are very evil, and that's what I've outlined in my first part of the article. So now comes the situation where he's been trying to get rid of Donald Trump. That's one of his biggest problems, right? Donald Trump is something he hates. He hates because Donald Trump keeps on doing the trade wars with him. Donald Trump keeps on fighting China, attacking China, whatnot. So he's a thorn in Xi Jinping's plans. All the other politicians in the world have no character, and they will fall on their feet to lick the boots of Xi Jinping. Everybody will say, let me get some $2 of benefit from China. I will lick your feet, Xi Jinping. Don't worry, I'm coming here to lick your feet. And we see that all the way, including our own politicians in Australia. I won't name them. You know all of them, right? But Donald Trump wouldn't do that. So he was a big threat to Xi Jinping. He didn't like him at all. He'll always be smiling. You'll see Xi Jinping very, very like a poker player, completely quiet and silent, and he will not be saying too many things, but he will manage like a spider at the center of a very big web. He will manage the entire world. So lockdowns were never part of any science. They were rejected, they were considered, they were rejected by all the science across the entire world for a flu-like virus. I've explained this at great length in my International Criminal Court complaint, but I'll just summarize here and say there has never been a lockdown for a flu-like virus in human history ever before. Never been quarantines. Never been mass testing of the sort we're seeing now, although we did see some little mass testing as a result of the swine flu, which was totally unnecessary. But that is attributable to these epidemiologists with their ridiculous models. They keep on imagining that they can do all these things, which they can't for a flu, which actually has which spreads asymptomatically in many cases. Just before the symptoms come, it's not asymptomatic. It's basically just before it's pre-symptomatic, and that's the kind of thing which you plug into the models and you try to control, and you can't. And that's what the WHO said. And so, in its own guidelines in October 2019, it says very clearly, no, none of these are recommended. Quarantine is not recommended. Of course, lockdowns never recommended. So what happens now? Lockdowns are well known in science to be extremely harmful. So if you read the literature, you'll realize that the concerns expressed against lockdowns, and there have been many of them, even the possibility have been rejected because of the extraordinary harm that they will cause.